We welcome Elvis Abeltins, CMO of DeskTime.
So hello everyone. Yeah, so this is the last keynote of the day, so I'll try to keep it short and fun. So yeah, the reason why I'm here is actually because of the work of Trusix and Julia, who presented before. So they did something 10 years ago that is still making me take the stage today. So that is the topic that I'm gonna talk about. It's how far a good PR can take you. Like, spoiler alert is that it's quite far. So, but before we start to talk about the actual case study, I have to talk about the product, DeskTime. So, because it's important to know what we do to be able to then understand the reason why it probably went so viral. So DeskTime is a productivity tracking tool that can be used by individuals, by freelancers, also by bigger companies, by big enterprises, now also government, to track the performance, but not only to track the performance, to get the insights about the productivity of the employees, to also implement well-being policies, flexible work days, and for example, working more remotely. We at DeskTime, of course, use this tool as well, and we are doing a 35-hour workday because we have measured ourselves to be productive enough to work a shorter time, and this tool also helps us to do a completely flexible work arrival times and like to do a lot of stuff for the employee well-being as well. So basically, the goal is to help businesses to create a fair working environment, because trust is really important, where everyone can maintain a healthy balance between work and their private life. So that is the tool. But how it all started 10 years ago in 2014. So we had, well, not we, my colleagues before, they had the idea to analyze the large amount of data that we have. Like, we have the data on thousands of employee workdays, and we know how productive or not productive they are when they start their working day or when they end it, and everything that happens in between. And so we, together with the PR team at Trusix, so we gave a task to our developers to pull some aggregated data to see how, to see what are the characteristics of the most productive workers. So we took a look at the 10% of most productive people in like the whole database, and we came up with the 52-17 rule, which is like the learning that the most productive people, they tend to work for 52 minutes productively, and then they enjoy a 17-minute break. So of course, so what we did next, because this had a PR intention in mind, so we created an article and a blog, and we tried to pitch it to different media. Of course, just as Julia probably mentioned, it still takes time and quite a bit of resilience to get it out. And like some of the biggest media outlets, they didn't want to publish it, but we had one outlet that agreed to publish it. So like this was in 2014 when the article went live. So what happened in the next months and years? Tons of different media picked up this article. It actually went super viral, so we got millions of impressions in also these big names in the tech industry. And yeah, and like why I'm standing still here and talking about a 10-year-old like PR campaign is because now if you Google 52-17 rule, like this is what comes up. Like there's tons of stuff. It has lived its own life, and it went so far. Like you can see here some like DeskTime blogs and like the company mentioned above as well. But it just went wild. This is probably a lesson for you to not believe everything that you see on the internet, because like the first like explanation by Google is scientists have even figured out like the perfect formula. It's not scientists, it's like my colleagues, developers, and the PR team. But this has gone as far as we know that this research has been mentioned in a few scientific scientific publications. It has been in countless media outlets, in podcasts. It is even mentioned in one book. And yeah, so it still lives to this day. So what else it still gives us? It gives us the credibility, and it helps us with being the opinion leaders in the employee productivity topic. So for example, this was just I think last year that a journalist from Bloomberg reached out to my colleagues to ask if we have some new data or some new information to share on this topic, because we had created the credibility of being specialists in this field. So what can we actually learn about this? So that smart PR, it's not just about the exposure; it's about the impact you make. So for us, it wasn't the fact that large media outlets took this article, but it was the fact that the content and the learnings itself made an impact, and people are still trying to use this technique. They are comparing it to the Pomodoro method, which you probably all know. So that is the impact. And then PR isn't just reactive. This clearly shows that it's a growth strategy. And also for DeskTime, when the article was published, I think the company was only 3 years old, and now it still brings us results. The power of this is still here because, for example, in last year we had 62 publications still mentioning DeskTime and mentioning the 52-17 rule. And yeah, and so the goal and the main takeaway for you, if there would be one thing that I would recommend doing, is finding your unique insight and then trying to amplify it. So not just doing a PR for the sake of giving a larger audience some company news, but you actually find something interesting, something valuable to share, and then you share it with the world. And of course, remember that good PR indeed takes time and effort. It's, I don't know, maybe it can be compared to SEO, because it's same but different, but also same. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of doing it just because you are committed, and only then it is actually bearing some fruits, sometimes even 10 years later. So yeah, what I would just wish you is to find your company's 52-17 moment. So that's it.